Today we'll be looking at the latest offering from Canadian smartphone manufacturer Blackberry in the form of their latest flagship, the Blackberry Passport. The Passport comes in a square-shaped box that takes after the very square-shaped design of the Blackberry Passport itself. Inside the retail package, you'll find a passport-style manual that features a wide range of instructions, including details about the device's build quality as well as the 4.5-inch square-shaped display. Inside the box, you'll find a AC adapter, which varies depending on the region, as well as even more paperwork in the form of quick start guides and other manuals, a micro USB cable for charging and connectivity, and the Blackberry headset with extra earbuds. Blackberry Passport is a oddly shaped device, but features a very crisp 4.5-inch screen of the rather odd 1440 by 1440 resolution, which results in a very respectable pixel density of 453 ppi. Above the display, you'll find a 2 megapixel front-facing camera capable of 720p video recording, while below is a full touch QWERTY keyboard, which also has capacitive sensitivity, meaning that it recognizes gestures made by simply swiping over the keyboard. The Passport has a blank left side, while on the right you'll find a 3-piece volume rocker. The bottom of the device features a pair of speakers, as well as a microphone pinhole next to the centrally placed micro USB port, while up top you'll find a 3.5mm headphone jack and the power lock button. Around back there's the 13 megapixel shooter that features optical image stabilization and is capable of HDR shooting and 1080p video recording at 60 FPS, while the bottom portion of the back panel is not removable for you to access the 3450 milliamp battery. The top portion does come off, allowing you to place the micro SD and micro SIM card slots inside your device. Blackberry Passport runs on the latest Blackberry OS version 10.3. You're greeted by a standard lock screen that shows the time and date on top. Swiping down from the top will bring down a desktop clock, as well as shortcuts to quick alarm toggles. There's also a camera shortcut, which is accessed by holding down on the icon in the bottom right. Accessing the lock screen is done by the usual swipe affair. You're greeted by a series of Android home screens that expand in number according to the number of applications you have installed. There are two special screens next to the regular home screen interfaces. The first is one which stores a thumbnail look at all of your currently opened applications, which can easily be closed using the small X's on the bottom or expanded by hitting on the thumbnails. As there is no back button like on Android interfaces, minimizing out of applications is done by an upward swipe from the bottom. Besides being able to swipe between home screens, you can also drag your finger across the bottom row. And here you'll also find shortcuts to the telephony interface and the camera. The very left home screen is where you'll find the Passport's Blackberry Hub interface. It's a central location for all of your messages from all sources, including BBM, text messaging, as well as notifications. Here you can quickly compose new messages and emails, and also perform various contextual operations. You can quickly access the Blackberry Hub with a swipe from the bottom and right from any home screen that you are on. The same applies for applications as well. From the top, you can access a quick toggles interface that will take you to relevant settings in the settings menu, or alternately you can simply tap the smaller icons on the left to enable the setting. Of course, the Blackberry Passport features a full QWERTY keyboard on the bottom that lets you quickly add any of the 3 relevant word suggestions on the top by simply swiping up across the keyboard. This is due to the capacitive features of the QWERTY keyboard, which means that you can perform various operations like delete words or use the swipe feature simply by swiping your finger across the top of the capacitive buttons. This is great for quickly typing up entire words and sentences, but of course it's virtually impossible to use this keyboard with just one hand due to the exceedingly wide form factor of the Passport. The Passport comes with a music player that has the basic functionalities that you would see in its Android and iOS counterparts. There are also equalizer settings for a wide range of use cases, but there is no custom equalizer option. The camera interface is designed for use only in portrait mode, as there is no special functionality provided when turning it in landscape. Otherwise, the 13 megapixel camera features HDR modes as well as time shooting modes, as well as the ability to adjust the aspect ratio, which of course minimizes your viewfinder accordingly. It defaults to 1x1 square images, although of course you can switch to the more traditional 4x3 or even 16:9. There are of course panorama, burst, and time shift modes, as well as the ability to choose from a wide range of settings, including video stabilization and HDR options. Pictures interface defaults to showing your images sorted by date taken, although you can also access them according to album. Image editing options are also present and include the ability to enhance your images through a wide range of filters and enhancement that can be applied easily. Finally, the 4.5-inch square display is very well optimized for full screen web browsing. The quad-core 2.26 GHz processor and 3 GB of RAM make this one of the most powerful Blackberries to date, which is reflected by the lightning fast page loads and zooming navigation.